Menteri Rambak Kemegalaya Ukonrat Kes Tangma Loong magajing sedang bus elektrik e-bus apo ke PM e-bus sewa skim kedai kesinjam kebakongsan jang ke sarkar jela menpen bahaya kali paitba berpen duna ya ke Jingkhapngiah kali haslo bakren syagajing yalang sedang yaki e-bus Menteri Rambak Loong magajing sensyar kadar kamdaitang bandan kajing tumu hendai benpen orlong ya kata kajing temu syangkam kabashisha.
Massive nationwide initiative aimed at deploying 10,000 electric buses to
Dr. Vijay Kumar, our Commissioner and Secretary Government Affairs, our officials from Government of India, as well as our officials from the state government, our ambassadors who are present out here, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate the department and at the same time thank our Honorable Prime Minister and the Government of India for the vision as well as converting that vision into an actual action. And today we are seeing the launching of the e-buses under the PM e-bus Seva scheme. As you're aware that public transportation has been one of the biggest challenges for us in the city, and we have been experimenting with different models at different levels, whether it is the school buses with the STEMs or whether it is trying to bring out new systems in the public transportation, the buses that we have, and now with the e-buses. Different mechanisms are being piloted and experimented, and slowly and steadily we are seeing that we are coming out with a model that is more adaptable and tailor-made for the needs of our city. And the ultimate goal of this entire process is really to figure out how we can decongest the city, how we can ensure that people will use public transport more than the personal vehicles, so that the congestion in the city can reduce, and that of course, as we know, has got multiple benefits for everyone. So I'm very happy today that the e-buses are being launched, and of course we will see more of these buses coming up, and I'm sure that slowly and steadily we will see the impact of this kind of a system coming into place, which will lead to ultimately the desired decongestion and reducing the traffic issues that we have in the city in the days to come. Apart from all of this, you're aware that the different parking lots are coming up in different areas, and very soon we'll be inaugurating many more of the parking lots, especially the one that you've seen next to the additional Secretariat building. That as you can see that in the beginning there were not many vehicles, but today it's almost about 70%, 80% full. So it's really showing that transition and the change that we wanted to see to ensure that, as I said, with a larger goal of decongesting the city. So we are actually seeing the impact now, and I hope that the efforts will continue and we will be able to really see that change that we would like to see in the long run. And as you are all aware that our administrative city also, in terms of our secretariat for the time being, is coming up in the Maodyangdyang area, and we are working towards creating multiple routes to connect to the new secretariat city, and that also, as I said, will lead to a huge decongestion, because we expect that large number of vehicles as well as overall administrative work to a large extent will shift there, which will decongest Shillong city. We are working, as I said, towards creating a 4-lane that will connect straight from the existing city into the new administrative city, and also other routes are being worked out and some routes already are in place. So all this complex network is being done with the aim to ensure that we can actually implement and have smooth traffic transition in the future when it comes to the new Shillong city area. It means the new administrative city. So therefore, once that happens, we do expect that the existing place where we are, that we'll be able to use some of the space there to again expand the roads, create more walking space, and of course minimize any kind of dismantling of buildings, but try to create more green space, more open space, and more walking space within the city once we're able to shift slowly and steadily the different offices to the new secretariat. So that's the kind of a roadmap we have. And of course, it's not possible for me to share all of it, but it's just to give an idea of the fact that we have a plan and we are working towards it. Of course, the plan can never be perfect. We'll adapt as we move along. But the vision that we have set, the thought process that is there, what we're doing today is part and parcel of that particular plan. To conclude, the whole e-vehicles is also something that we have been working on. As you're aware, we had a policy where we had ensured that there is no registration and zero tax when it comes to electric vehicles. Last 3 years it has been there, but the response was very, very less, and we did not get much of response from the people. But of course, there was a time frame for that policy, so we are working on renewing that policy in the sense that the same policy will be extended. So I just wanted to share with the public. Some people were complaining that now registration fees is being charged for e-vehicles. That's because the duration of the decision we took automatically expired after 3 years unless it was renewed. So that renewal will just require one cabinet meeting to be held, and we will renew that. So I do hope that more and more citizens start using e-vehicles, because it is the right direction to move. And as you can see, I also use an electric vehicle. And simple questions people ask me, but where's the charging station? And you'll be surprised to know that's the first question people ask, that, but where do we charge? And a lot of people don't know, actually you charge at home, because there's a simple system. It's like charging your mobile. So it's not that you need a charging station to charge your vehicle. You just put in a small machine. It's really small, and wherever you park your vehicle or keep it, it's just it fits there, and it's a very simple system. So a lot of people don't realize that you don't need to go to a charging station to charge your vehicle. You charge it at home. That's what we do. And you'll be surprised to know that last time I drove from here to Cherrapunji to Sora, and going to Sora and coming back, it showed that I had covered about 70 kilometers I had used. And you'll be surprised again to know, because a lot of people say, well, it's more than that, because you end up, the distance is much more than that, going and coming. And I was telling people that if you drive it yourself, because I drove myself, is that the electric vehicles, it's quite amazing, because when you're going downhill, it actually recharges. So if you actually leave the accelerator and don't press the brake and allow the friction to slow down the vehicle, that friction is actually recharging your vehicle. So if you actually are able to control the way you drive your vehicle, the utility of the battery and the way you are, you actually recharge. So my point being, if you're going from here to Guwahati, you will show utility if you can do it well, that is, manage it well. You will show only about 30-40 kilometers of utility. But while coming up, yes, you will consume much more. So on an average, really electric vehicle also requires a bit of training for the drivers to drive. Why I'm sharing this with you is that a lot of misconception is there among people. First, where do we charge? So you charge at home. Second, is it possible in hill area? Because it's up and down. That very much it is possible, because you recharge because of the friction. Your battery recharges, and therefore that's the upside of having an electric vehicle in the hill area. So therefore, I urge our citizens that we must start using electric vehicles. It is absolutely very, very viable, and it's a great option. And within the city, it is a very practical, practical proposition for everybody. And of course, you will be happy to know that we have also internally decided that all our senior officials will be also using electric vehicles. Our cabinet ministers will be using electric vehicles. So we would like to see that within the Shillong city, the utility among the government officials also, there has to be a kind of a step and a initiative shown that we also are going into that mode. Of course, long distances, it's still a challenge in some ways, but within the city, I can assure you that it is maybe one of the best options you have. And as you're aware that now charging stations are not very difficult to put up. It's not like before that you have to have a big space and all that. You can put up charging stations anywhere. And therefore, it's a question of 3 days, 4 days. If a small location is given to us, we can just put up one charging station. So the charging station just requires a parking space for the vehicle. That's it. It's not that complicated. So therefore, the process of putting up charging stations, the way we thought it was complicated before is not the case now, is what I'm saying. And therefore, tomorrow, if anybody in any parking lots, as you know, we have the parking space policy, where if you have a land in Shillong city, or if the community has a land, we are giving you 1 lakh rupees per car space to build up that parking lot as a parking scheme. And you have to share just 10% or 15% with us. Rest is yours, the land is yours, the money is yours, and the employment generated is going to be your people. So therefore, within this scheme, you can actually put up a scheme for the charging stations also, and for that also we are willing to support and work with you. And that's how we built up a very, very strong network. So all of these things are happening. So as I said, there is limited time, so I don't have much time to share this. And that we have launched the e-buses under the PM e-bus Seva program, and we have launched 3 electric buses, and we will be launching another 47 very soon, and this will be a very strong network of public transportation throughout the city and also to the peripheries. Number 2 is that the entire system of running public service and the public transportation has changed with this new buses being implemented, where it's not about the profit making by selling tickets for the buses or the operator, but the government is paying them and ensuring that the services are on a timely basis, regular and reliable service, so that every 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whether there's a passenger or not, the bus will move and passengers will know exactly when the next bus will come. So that is the kind of model that we are implementing. Number 3, we are also encouraging our citizens to start transiting into e-vehicles, and that is something that we've been trying to push. As you're aware that the registration and the taxes on vehicles which are electric is 0, and that there'll be no registration, nothing. There is of course one notification which was there for last 3 years, which automatically expired. We are renewing it next week in the cabinet. But the message is, larger message is that that registration is not required, and registration fees is not there for electric vehicles. And what a lot of people don't understand is that electric vehicles are very much viable in hill stations also. They work very well because vehicles charge as you go downhill because of the resistance, and therefore it is a plus minus game, and the net effect is always on a positive. And more importantly, when it comes to actually charging the vehicles, you can charge the vehicles at home, so you don't have to go to a charging station to charge the vehicles. This is a very big misconception that people have. They think that they have to go to a charging station to charge. No, you can charge it at home. It's a very small unit that comes along with the vehicle, and every morning or every 2-3 days you can charge as per your requirements. So these are the important messages that we gave today, and I hope that the e-bus system, the public transportation, and the utility of electric vehicles will go up in the days to come. These are of course owned by the government, because it's Government of India that's given. Then we have got a person who's going to run these buses, and
a vendor who's going to run it, and this obviously is done by a transparent mechanism. And once the vendor is there to run the services, then accordingly a price will be put in. But as I said, the profitability for the vendors will not come from the ticket selling, but there will be a guaranteed amount that the government will give, and to ensure, as I said, that it is not about waiting for customers and waiting for the bus to be full, but more importantly ensuring that the buses leave on time and that reliability is there for the customers and passengers, so that it can become a proper public service and transportation system.
How will it help the people for the